I don't know if I can talk about this as a medium though, because I feel like saying that I'm a medium and then talking about things like this is just gonna ruin my reputation as a person that talks to dead people, and this is not talking to dead people, so it makes me highly uncomfortable. I hate you for making me do this.
You said that you liked it last night, so.
Well, yeah, that was after this sleep deprivation.
You've been sleep deprived since I met you.
But it's only gotten worse, though.
Yeah, you seem to be all about this topic, so.
Yeah, I'm excited because I think that you're gonna poop your pants when I tell you what it is.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think it's aliens.
Hi, I'm Em.
And I'm Liv, and we're your Meta PsycKicks.
Today, we're talking about the Black Eyed Peas.
But you said the Black Eyed Peas were going to be here.
No kidding. We're talking about the Black Eyed Children. And,
I just need you to, like, put in, like, something from the Black Eyed Peas, like...
Check it out!
I don't know, every time I say the Black Eyed Children, I think of just solely about the, Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
So, the Black Eyed Children are a pretty modern day, I don't know what right term to use, monster, cryptid, whatever the hell it is. But, we're doing something we like to call psychic chicken, where one of us does all of the research and the other one knows nothing, and we're psychic mediums. So Liv is the one that's going to use her mediumship abilities to read into the lore of the Black Eyed Children. Still want to say Black Eyed Peas, I think it's funny. And I did the research. There's not a lot on it, but it is funny, interesting, whatever.
I do know some things about the Black Eyed Children, though. But I've
Okay.
not thought about it as a medium.
Do you need a piece of paper?
No.
Do you need me a... I'm just gonna...
I hate you for making me do this.
You said that you liked it last night, so...
Well, yeah, that was after this sleep deprivation. I've been
Okay.
sleep deprived for the past 2.5 months.
You've been sleep deprived since I met you.
But it's only gotten worse, though. Having a newborn is hard.
Yeah, you seem to be all about this topic, so...
Yeah, I'm excited because I think that you're gonna poop your pants when I tell you what it is.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think it's aliens.
Okay, I'm not...
I hate aliens, though. I don't even want to talk about aliens. My dad was goading me like a month ago about aliens, and I was like, the internet ghosts me enough, and so does Emily. I don't need my own father to goat me about it.
Okay, so tell me more. You're telling me that as a medium, or you're telling me that as you listened to something about it?
I've listened to things about it, and
Okay.
it's my
It's a
personal
date.
opinion,
Okay.
not as a medium.
Not as... Okay, so you just...
That
As a human being, not spiritually looking into things, you think they're aliens.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, every time I bring it up to you, you just tell me that you want ketchup for your apple. So I don't know.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So what do you see as a medium, then? Because the alien thing doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure you've joked to me about that before. But I don't know.
My conspiracy theory is that I think that aliens try to portray themselves as people.
Mm-hmm.
And when they try to get information about you
Mm-hmm.
or the people that they knock on their doors and try to talk to and ask for ketchup on their apple, the reason bad things happen to people afterwards is because the bodies that the aliens like create or manifest aren't supposed to be like on our world, and their existence ends up like eliciting such horrible like radiation or bad things that it turns people's like, it shouldn't, like, you shouldn't be around them. It would be like going into outer space and taking your hat off.
Okay.
It causes
much do you-
problems.
How much do you know about the Black Eyed Children?
I know that people have stories that like the Black Eyed Children come up and they will knock on your door and ask to use your telephone.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, well, I need ketchup for my apple. do you have ketchup for my apple in your house? And the people are like, no. But if you let them in your house, then you like come down with an ailment and then die.
Okay, so that's what you're saying is a medium now? With
No.
the other thing?
I don't know if I can talk about this as a medium though, because I feel like saying that I'm a medium and then talking about things like this is just gonna ruin my reputation as a person that talks to dead people, and this is not talking to dead people, so it makes me highly uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you're not actually talking to dead people, you're talking to other things, so why would it ruin your reputation of that?
It just bothers me. I don't know.
Okay.
I've never had this thought before.
What?
That they're aliens, and that the reason it hurts people is because the bodies that they create aren't supposed to be here, so it just messes with ours. And that's my new thought now sitting down today.
Well, when we were driving to like the Conjuring house or something, I made a joke that in the forest there were black-eyed children, and you told me that it's not the black-eyed children that you would suspect. There's different kinds. What were you talking about that day?
I don't know. Why do you remember things that I say?
Because I think it's funny. Also,
them.
I was gonna use it as fuel for this video today. Which is also why I thought you would talk to them, considering the fact that you talked to them on the way to the Conjuring house in a forest randomly on the side of the road. So talk to that. Tell me what you were telling me then.
Well, people think that aliens go to the Conjuring house too, so...
We weren't anywhere near the Conjuring house, though. It was a forest, like, halfway there.
I don't remember saying that.
Yeah. I don't know, you talking about what you just said, it just makes me feel like you have a lot of bias of what the stories already are. So that's why I was like, what do you already know about this?
That's what I know. Is the story about people having children knock on their door and wanting them to come inside.
Okay, so now tell me what you were telling me on the way to the Conjuring house. Cause like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I was talking about like fae beings or something, but I don't know. Maybe the black-eyed children of the forest are different.
I mean, that's what you told me.
Because those ones I feel like are more spiritual entities rather than like alien things. Like if you turned around and there was like a black-eyed child, they'd be like, do you know where I can find my grandmother? And you'd be like, what? And then you just not know where you are.
I'll be right back. You stay here. You ponder that.
Pondering things.
Okay, I got Pendulum.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
My mother was updating me about Oak's eating and sleeping.
Oh,
Did you get a new one?
No. I've had this for a while.
Okay.
Okay. So, we're black-eyed children, aliens. Here, you hold it. Okay, well, what's yes and no for you? Or do you have to ask?
Yes is circles for me and no is back and forth.
Okay. Is this true?
I don't know how I should do this.
Just say what it says. Once it starts doing it. Because it went to no for me. For the first question, but is this true?
No.
Black-eyed children aren't aliens. Okay, can you make it stop? Cause I don't feel like they're aliens. Cause that's why I'm confused. So, is this true?
Maybe. Because it keeps doing no, yes.
I asked, Are they actually existing, real, whatever? So I guess that makes sense. So if they aren't aliens, what are they? Because I don't feel like they're aliens.
Are they fae beings? Just not saying anything.
Is this true? No.
No.
Well, I asked if they were like thought forms. So is this true?
Yes.
So someone has seen one before then, and they were actually seeing them. Great. Is this true?
Yeah, I was answering a question
sorry.
for me.
Which is what?
I asked if they were like some occult people or something. It
It said no. Okay, is this true?
Yes.
And is this true? Yes? Or is it changing?
It's changing.
Okay.
It says no.
It says that, okay, because the way I see them as like time things. Because they're kind of glitchy, but I can see them like glitching through time periods. So I don't know. But you said yes to them being some sort of timey thing. What else are you asking?
I wasn't asking, I'm just listening.
Oh.
I honestly don't know what makes me really uncomfortable. I talk to dead people, so it's weird for me.
Yeah, but I mean, who cares? You talk to Sasquatch.
That's like how but I apparently talked to Einstein too, but I don't know if I want to believe that.
Beings. You talk to spirit guides.
It freaks me out.
So, I don't know, I feel like black-eyed children aren't aliens. I feel like they're, I don't know, some sort of like warpy reality thing. So.
Oh. Like a Mandela effect type thing? Like if you see them, it puts you in a different reality or like changes physical parts of you but keeps you in the same reality?
Mm-hmm, exactly. That's exactly what I see.
Got it.
Because
that says yes. That's gross. Okay, that makes more sense.
Because that's why I asked you if they like are associated with death, because I feel like they bring things like that.
Well, everything
but they glitch it.
Yeah. It's like things that could be a reality for you, but they're not supposed to be a reality in this timeline, but for whatever reason, it physically affects you in that way.
Oh, which is why if you accept them into, like, the physical place that you're at,
it changes things about you.
You're accepting the weird time thing to happen. Mm-hmm. That is so weird.
But it keeps you in the same timeline. It just changes physical things about you that could happen on a different one.
Well, I mean, it's parallel universe things. So there's a parallel universe where you don't let them in, and there's a parallel universe where you do, and there's a parallel universe where they don't ever come. So it is pushing you on a different timeline and not pushing you on a different timeline. Sorry.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right, that's weird. I'm going to have a drink later about that. Not actually, because I can't drink, but...
Yeah, I don't know. They look like...
That makes much more sense.
Well, I've always seen two. There's one that's a boy and one that's a girl. The boy is taller. Obviously, they have fully black eyes. The boy has brown, like, bowl cut, and the girl has, like, black hair that is kind of like a bob cut that's short, and she has bangs. I see the same people every single time. But they, tell me a couple different things. They tell me that they like scoot through time. So there's a TV series, I forget what it's called. I can maybe put it here if I find it and to live. But in that series, one of the characters has the ability to shift through time and space. So he like walks and he can like push himself either through space or time. And I feel like they do the same thing. So that's why I was like, are they time being things? But they are kind of like a literal glitch in reality. Mm-hmm. So like if you think about a computer, they're kind of like a computer virus. Mm-hmm. Which is so weird. Which is also interesting because I feel like my soul is very similar to that. But my soul does it in a death way, which is why I also thought that they were like death souls, but I don't think they're death souls. I think they just cause like havoc. They like switchy-doodle time a little bit. Cause I see like a train track and they're the ones that like push the train onto a different track. I don't know. Is that what you see?
I think there's like two trains, right? One thing can happen on one train and one thing can happen on the other, and they're going on different tracks. But what they do is they change physical aspects about the train, but keep them on the same tracks.
No, mine is different.
They don't switch realities.
Well, they only switch it if you accept them in.
I think you're still living in the same reality. They just change things about you.
Yeah, but you're switching it into a different timeline.
I think you're still on the same timeline.
I think you're on a different timeline.
They just
Do you know how many times we switch timelines?
Aspects and put them back on there.
I think we switched to a different timeline.
We can have different opinions.
Well, I'm just saying, do you know how many times we've switched timelines?
Are you gonna tell me?
Well, do you remember that one time when we drove, for whatever reason, to the Conjuring house? And you thought the license plate was different? Mm-hmm. We switched times. Mandela effect. That's also why you were talking about them being the Mandela effect. They're not the Mandela effect, but they're time things. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I perceive. You got anything else?
No. I'm excited to listen about your research.
Okay, here's the backstory. So, black-eyed children, or black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed peas.
Not black-eyed peas. In American contemporary legend are paranormal creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16. And they usually have pale skin and black eyes, so you can't see their, like, the whites of their eyes. You can't see their pupil. It's literally just darkness. And they are reportedly seen either hitchhiking or begging, or a lot of times they'll come up to your doorstep and, like, knock on the door. So there's a lot of different stories that circulate around these being things, and they all follow a certain pattern. So again, you have these kids with completely blacked out eyes that appear at people's doors or their vehicle, and they knock on the door and insist upon getting inside with you.
I just want to say right now, since tomorrow when we're recording this is Halloween, if any child dresses up as a black-eyed children, but you're above the age of 6 to 16.
I'm 13. What do you mean?
And if any child comes up to my doorstep and it wants candy and is dressed as a black-eyed child, I'm not giving them candy, just to be safe.
I'm offended that you think that I'm older than 16.
And I'm 101.
I'm 13.
Anyways,
Gosh.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
There's gonna be a news report, like, this woman doesn't give this innocent child candy. You're like, I'll give you candy now, but not now. Not when you got the weird contacts or whatever. Not happening.
What's weird with these children is they don't generally act like children. There's something a little bit off of them. So that's what Liv is talking about, that they'll ask for ketchup for their apple. But they've also been known to do things that aren't childlike. So they're just like weird and don't make sense. Or they talk very like mechanically, that sort of thing. Or they say things that don't make sense. They're just like a little bit off, and it just makes you uncomfortable. So anyone that has encountered them, again, has an immediate feeling of dread. No one knows where or how these creatures popped up. The conspiracy theorists believe that the black-eyed children are aliens trying to reach out to their quote-unquote Earth, so wherever planet they came from. But for whatever reason, demonologists got in on it, and demonologists believe that they are children of the devil himself. So if you let them in, you are allowing the devil to enter your life. You know? So, there are some people that claim these children have existed since the 1800s. However, most sources say that the legend originated in 1996, which is fairly recent. And in the post, it was written by a Texas reporter named Brian Bethel. And it's where he wrote about 2 alleged encounters with the black-eyed children. And he supposedly, like, wrote this in an email to, like, his buddies, and somehow it got leaked. Somehow, I don't know. So that's why people, like, know about his story. But it happened a warm night on 1996. Bethel needed to pay his internet bill, so he was writing a check in his car.
His dial-up? Sorry.
He was in his car. And there was a knock on my driver's side window, Bethel says. 2 young boys, somewhere between 9 to 12 years old, dressed in a hooded pullover, stood outside, which also they're usually seen in some sort of hooded attire as well, so that you can't see their quote-unquote eyes. So, he then said, I cracked the window a bit, anticipating a spiel for money, but I was immediately gripped by an incomprehensible, soul-wracking fear. And I have no idea why.
I mean, that's how I feel when I'm around children, too, so... Especially my neighbor's
You
kids.
own one.
Yeah, but that one I created, and
okay.
if it's a devil, that's, you know, it's mine.
One of the boys asked Bethel for a ride. They wanted to see a movie, but had left their money at their mother's house. While Bethel mulled it over, the boys tried to reassure him. It wouldn't take long. They were just 2 little kids. They didn't have a gun or anything. That's what they told him in response to him being like, I don't know about taking you, because if we go to your mom's house, the movie will be over anyways. So the reporter looked away for a moment, and when Bethel's gaze returned to the children, his mind exploded in a vortex of all-consuming terror.
What?
That's what it says. I'm reading the story. I got this from some sort of source, but I'm reading it to you because it's a very colorful way of putting the story.
I like it.
Both boys stared at him with coal black eyes. The sort of eyes one sees these days on Aliens. Or bargain basement vampires on late night television.
You gotta say it right. Aliens!
No. And then they always refer to their eyes as soulless orbs. Like 2 great swaths. I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah. Swaths of starless night.
You're welcome. As Bethel rolled up his window, one of the boys banged on the glass saying, "We can't come in unless you tell us it's okay, let us in." The journalist drove away. What do you think about the first story? I have 2 stories. It's that one and this next one, I believe.
I pray that I never encounter a black-eyed child.
Well, do you think he encountered a black-eyed child?
I mean, maybe.
We'll talk to the things that he was whatevering.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Is this true? And is this true?
You got a yes and a no.
Okay, the first one was, did he encounter black-eyed children? That was yes. And the second one was, were there accounts of black-eyed children before that? Which was a no. So, moving on to the next story. Another one of these stories goes like this.
Wait, I have a question. Hang on.
Okay.
my question, which has the answer of yes, is did he encounter, like, because you just asked, was there an encounter of black-eyed children's before this? And the answer was no. And I said, was there an encounter of black-eyed children's? They just didn't have the name of black-eyed children's. They were known as something else. And it said yes.
Got you.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because I was confused by that too. I was expecting not that answer.
So they do exist before this encounter. They just weren't called black-eyed children.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So the next story. In the snowy town within the middle of nowhere of Vermont
lies Bernie Sanders in the wild, his natural habitat.
An elderly couple heard the sound of 3 loud knocks on their door. They opened the door and saw 2 children, a boy
Bernie
and a girl.
Sanders.
Not with Bernie Sanders. They opened the door and saw 2 children, a boy and a girl. Parents will be here soon. May we come in? The children did not make eye contact, just stood there in the doorway. The elderly couple were hesitant, but after a while they let the boy and girl inside.
Damn.
That was a bad choice. The kids settled on the couch while the wife made some hot cocoa, and the husband asked them questions that went unanswered. The wife returned and noticed that her cat was scared and angry with the children. Maybe we please use the restroom? Sorry, they talk funny. May we please use the restroom? The wife looked at the kids and she finally saw them. The children's eyes were black as the starless universe. See, they always do it like that.
'Cause they're aliens. Sorry.
She directed them to the bathroom and returned to her husband, who was covering his face with his hand. Did you see their eyes? The husband then showed her his hand full of blood from a nosebleed.
At least his eyes didn't pop out. I thought that was going to be way worse.
Goddamn.
My eyes! Sorry.
Then the power suddenly went out and the house turned as dark as the kids' eyes.
Jesus.
The wife headed to the restroom and was confronted by the voice of the children at the end of the hall uttering, "Our parents are here." The kids then exited the house, leaving the door wide open. The wife then noticed that there were 2 men at the end of the driveway. The men were tall and slender. The wife waved, but did not receive the same friendly gesture. The 2 men and children then drove away together in one car.
Well, at least it wasn't 2 separate cars or like a horse and buggy.
The power then came back on a little later after the kids left. Throughout the next week, weird things happened in the house. 3 out of 4 cats went missing, and the 4th had been found dead in a pool of its blood. God damn it, I think I had a dream about that last night. Everything is fine. The husband continued to have nosebleeds and finally went to the doctor, where he was diagnosed with a very aggressive skin cancer.
You have a very aggressive skin cancer that affects your nose. I mean, I'm sorry. That is possible. It can happen. But
Yeah.
It's just interesting. His eyes popping out would be... Sorry.
So, is that story true? And do you see who are these people at the end of the driveway?
It sounds like some weird-ass Men in Black stuff.
Because I've heard black-eyed children, but the people at the end of the driveway are interesting.
I asked, were the people at the end of the driveway there? And it says yes.
Interesting.
Were they actually their parents?
No.
Shh.
Are they higher time beings? Or something like that? What? Yes?
Yes, but it went the opposite direction.
Does that matter? Doesn't matter for me.
It's gross, though. I always just have it go a different way.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the things that, like, took them away are, someone said the things that put them there in the first place.
Gross.
Wait, I have another question. Are they this? It's just not gonna move.
Yeah, you can't ask that question.
Okay, well, I asked if they were archangels. Weird. I don't know then. Because, I don't know, archangels, these would be like dark ones if, I don't know that they are though. I feel like if, okay, my spirit guides are saying if they answer that question, then I'll have too much information to figure out what they actually are, because I don't think they're archangels.
I asked if they were angels of some kind and it says yes.
Got you.
That freaks me out.
Yeah, because archangels usually deal with human affairs, but they can, like, intersect time. So, like, when people say, I thought I was gonna die in a car crash, like, I should have died in a car crash, and then, like, some weird coincidental thing happened, and it pulled them out of the car crash. Archangels do that. So I feel like the archangels put the black-eyed peas at this person's door. I cannot not do it, I'm sorry. So this legend even crossed bodies of water, this is what it says, and landed in the great land of UK, where in 2014...
The great land of the UK. Okay, I'm sorry.
Where in 2014, the Daily Star wrote 3 front-page stories about sightings of black-eyed children in the haunted pub in Stratfordshire. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Ghost hunters who believe that the black-eyed children were extraterrestrial vampires or ghosts took these alleged sightings very seriously. So there's people that believe the black-eyed children are like souls of children that have passed that do weird shit now apparently, or they're vampires, or they're aliens. But I think they're none of those. I think they're literally like weird reality bender dimension-y things. That
I'm on board with that, because I literally got that claircognizantly before you said anything.
Interesting. Yeah, because initially they told me about that weird story that you told me where you listened to a podcast and the guy talked about being in a time loop. So I was like, time being, got it. So that's cool. Nowadays, people still claim to see black-eyed children while driving late at night down an empty road or outside of their window late at night, or even lurking in the shadows of their room. Many people have reported seeing the black-eyed children standing in the corner of their room during their episodes of sleep paralysis, or even waking up in the middle of the night because they sensed someone was watching them in the shadows. Were these children?
No, I think that's just their mind. You have to let them in. You can't.
Yeah.
If you're scared of them, then your sleep paralysis demon is going to use that against you. Sorry. I'm joking. Kind of.
So, that is the story of the black-eyed peas. Sorry. That is the story of the black-eyed children. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I like my human conspiracy of aliens, but the mediumship one is a lot cooler. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Time benders.
Sorry, I could change your perception of it. I don't know. I just felt like aliens was too simple.
Well, yeah, that's why. Also, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm a medium. I talk to dead people, so I was like, I'm gonna go with head conspiracy theory.
You talk to way more people than dead people.
I know but that's the part of like mediumship that freaks me out.
You talk to spirit guides. You talk to angels. I talked to someone that had a past life as an archangel.
That's fun.
Like, you've done it before.
Yeah, but black-eyed children are just weird.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's good to know that they're weird time-bendery people. Or things. Makes a lot more sense than aliens or vampires or demons.
Well, if you guys like this type of content, let us know what we should do next down below. And make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
If you guys like watching and also listening to things, you should tune into our podcast that you can find in the description below too. But until then, we gotta go Meta PsycKicks! I'm telling you, no one's getting candy if they come dressed as a black-eyed child. Ever.